Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Majin Buu Shape Up, Thrilling Battle, Majin Buu Shape Up, and seeing how good he is in DBZ Dokkan at 100% in the Hidden Potential system. Now Majin Buu is an AGL type lead of 100%, he greatly raises attack for one turn and causes supreme damage with a great chance of stunning the enemy. He has Ki +3 attack and defense of 200% and gets an additional 200% attack and defense with a high chance of performing a crit and a high chance of evading the enemy's attacks for the first 7 turns from the character's entry. He gets an additional attack, defense, and chance of performing a crit and chance of evasion of +10% per reps of Universe 7 category ally attacking in the same turn. Now this is very important because basically it means if you have a full rotation of reps of Universe 7 category allies, he basically has a 80% evasion chance because it does not exclude him. He then gets an additional attack and defense of 7% and an additional damage reduction of 7% up to 77% with each attack evaded. This is incredibly important as basically it's how he takes damage later on, because he needs to essentially take damage and basically, essentially look into it in terms of, him scaling up in terms of his damage reduction as he evades. To produce the best results from him, I think hit potential wise, you want to look at evasion and also additionals. In terms of links, he has the Innocence, Revival, Brainiac's Margin, Infinite Regen, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. And of course, he has Artificial Life Forms, Bond of Friendship, Demonic Power, Martian Power, Mastered Evolution, Power of Absorption, Reps of Universe 7, Resurrected Warriors, Superheroes, Transformation Boost, USS, and Worthy Rivals as his categories. Now, his big issue overall is his links. He theoretically just does not have links to really link up pretty well with units on USS. Martian, Infinite Regen, even Shocking Speed and Revival are not links that are super common to the USS, or even more importantly the reps of Universe 7 category teams. He can at most get things like Brainiac, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, but he's missing Torment of Power. So without links, he does lose quite a bit. People don't understand, but links do account to a certain extent for a lot of a unit's how can I say it? A lot of a unit's functionality. So when you don't have links, it's a bit of a problem. I do think overall he still serves his fundamental purpose, and that is of being a tank. Basically the first couple turns, if you build him with a lot of evasion in mind and a bit of additional, he shouldn't be hit. He should be able to evade quite easily. Because of that, he should build up a decent chunk of damage reduction, and with that, he should in theory be able to tank after that 7-turn period. It's realistically the best way to go with him as a unit, and I think ultimately it works out the best way. Start turn defense is around about the 300-400k mark, depending on where you're at with him, and damage wise you're not getting a lot. He's doing 4, maybe 5 million attack stats. But the thing is you're not going to get a ton out of him attack-wise. Even with the crits, he's not an attack-orientated unit. He's not a offensive-minded unit. He is more of, functionally speaking, just a, how can I say? He's more of a, defensive unit. He's more defensively orientated. He has stunning as one of his main conditions. He's just more that way inclined, rather than being a unit that you can functionally look at doing damage with. He's just more there to act as a buffer between your units and all of the other units, and I think that's more than fine. I don't think it's a huge issue for me. I think personally it's really good actually. What he does I think is really good. I think he looks really solid. I think he's impressive. I think he's good at what he's there for, which is being a tank, which is being reliable, which is being a good unit, and I think all of that is really something that, at least for me, I'm personally quite impressed with. I think overall I'd have to say that if you're someone who's, you know, more looking at like the negatives and things, I think maybe you know, wouldn't really focus in on it. But I think, yeah, for me, he's definitely probably one of those stronger, better units, I think, overall. And that's just my opinion. I think he just functions really well as a tank and as a defensive unit, and he can get the job done. I think he can do a lot of really good stuff. So yeah, that's kind of it really in terms of assessing him. I wouldn't say he's good for anything outside of, you know, being a good tank and being like reliable in that sense and being able to do a lot of good stuff. Like, I think, you know, if you look at him from a tanking perspective, he has usability. I think if you look at him for anything else, I do think he kind of doesn't need it, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, obviously that's just my opinion. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think he looks really, really good. I think he's a really solid unit. I think for me, link-wise is a bit of a problem, but if you're looking for a pseudo first slot tank, if you don't have Int Vegeta, if you don't have units like that, I think you can use him, and I think he's good. I don't think his links are too necessary, just because I think he still has a great passive that'll function without it, and the category is far more important for him than the links. Rather have those reps of Universe 7 characters and all those sort of things, and you'll probably have a better time, I think, overall, than if you try to run, you know, like specifically him on other teams, because you're losing out so much. It's just not worth it to realistically run him on other teams. At least from my, like, I just think he runs way better that way. But yeah,